What's going on, people? Thank you for once again tuning into my channel and watching my videos. Now, in my previous video, we were looking at the possibility of this $1.29 mark being reached to complete this third wave that we were tracking. However, since then, what we've seen is a huge move to the downside where we have now retested the 200 EMA. Now, there is a possibility that this 5-wave move to the upside to complete this third wave is still in play, with this fourth wave, being really deep. However, I don't see that being the case, but technically speaking, this structure is still valid given the fact that this wave 4 hasn't yet crossed our wave 1 origin. And so, should that be the case and we are still in a 5-wave move, then one key target I want to be keeping an eye on is this 1.236 retracement to 1.618 retracement, so anywhere between that $1.30 region and $1.54 mark. So in other words, what you'll end up having is a 5-wave move where you'll have your wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and then a wave 5. Now, it's not really common to have a deep wave 4, hence why I'm kind of hesitant on this wave structure being in play. And what I do think is currently happening at the moment is we have a wave 1 and then we are currently in a corrective move to complete our wave 2, and then we're going to have a bigger move to the upside to complete our wave 3, similar to what took place over here, but on a bigger scale. And then, we'll have our corrective move to complete our wave 4 and then a final 5th wave. And then that could potentially then complete this bigger wave 3 structure that we are currently tracking, as opposed to this 5-wave move that we were looking at yesterday. And so should that be the case, then we can look at our key targets, and that corrective move to the downside to complete that wave 2 would be anywhere between that 50% and 88.2% retracement of our wave 1. And so anywhere between that 63 cent level and 52. Now, the good thing about what's currently happening at the moment is we are finding support at the 200 EMA. And so, in order for us to continue to be bullish, is we need this level here to continue to hold, and then we can then see further moves to the upside. Now, what's also interesting about this is on the stochastic RSI, we are in oversold conditions, and so there is a potential that we see a reversal and we continue to see moves to the upside where we can then complete our wave 3. Now, the next key target to be keeping an eye on is this 50 EMA level sitting at 86 cents, and there is a possibility that we might find some resistance. However, should we continue to break through that level and find support, then there is a potential that the wave 2 is now confirmed, and once again that wave 3 is in play. And so just to give you guys an idea of how that would look, you would essentially have your wave 1, wave 2, and then a big wave 3, wave 4, and a wave 5. Now, another scenario that could be in play is a leading diagonal, where essentially you have an ABC structure within a wave 1, a wave 3, and a wave 5. However, given the internal workings of our wave 1, I don't see this scenario playing out. And so, once again, just to give you guys an idea of what it is I'm talking about. So, on our wave 1, essentially what you have is an ABC within a leading diagonal. Now, within an ABC structure, what you tend to have is this B wave retracing anywhere between 50% and 88.2% of your wave A. So in this example, we'll retrace anywhere between this region here. And as for your wave C would retrace anywhere between 1 and 1.236 of your wave A. So something like this, where your wave C would end up retracing within this region here. Now, the minimum requirement, the bare minimum requirement, is this 0.618 level. So, should we see the C wave fall short of, that retracement between 1 and 1.236, the bare minimum requirement is that 0.618 level right there. Now, as for this current structure that's playing out at the moment, so if I go back, what you currently have at the moment is this C wave falling short of that minimum requirement of 0.618. And so if I move this Fibonacci retracement to here, you can see that the 0.618 level is sitting at 87 cents, whereas we ended up falling short. And so that's why I don't think that a leading diagonal setup is currently at play, and I do still think that we are in an impulsive move. Now, this is currently made up of three waves, and what you have to do is actually go down to the minute chart, and it will take you a couple of minutes to actually break down the internal structures, which I won't do in this video. But there is three waves within this move, and then you have your fourth wave and you have your fifth wave, which ended up truncating and falling short of that retracement between 1 and 1.236. So I was going just to give you an idea of the zone that I'm talking about. So this region here. So we ended up falling short and truncating, which can happen at times in a five-wave move. And nevertheless, I do think the same scenario played over here, where the fifth wave ended up truncating, and we ended up falling short of our requirements. So once again, if I move this here, so we ended up falling short. So that typical retracement would be anywhere between $1.19 and $1.26. We ended up falling short only just. But nevertheless, that's still made up of five waves, and then here we are now in a corrective move to the downside, where we can reach anywhere between 63 cents and 82 cents. Once we have our wave 2 confirmed, then once again, I will be tracking that wave 3 to the upside. And so, yeah, nevertheless, just to once again summarize my thoughts on this video, we were looking at this $1.39 mark, where we're looking at a five-wave move to the upside. However, given this downward move towards the 200 EMA, it does look like now we have a bigger five-wave move currently in play, and we're currently in a wave 2. And one key target to be keeping an eye on is this 200 EMA, and another key target to be keeping an eye on is that 50 EMA. So at the moment, once again, we are oversold on the stochastic RSI, and then I do anticipate us bouncing up and down between the two EMA levels, and then hopefully we'll continue to find support at that 200 EMA, and then we'll continue to see moves to the upside, where we can then track our wave 3. Now, what I like to do when I'm doing my technical analysis is also take into consideration external factors that are, in play. So obviously we had the announcement from President Donald Trump, which is very bullish. And so you can imagine the amount of billions, if not trillions, of money that are going to be poured into this space. And so, I don't necessarily see this as being bearish. I'm not surprised, actually, in the grand scheme of things, given the fact that we did see 82% moves to the upside. And so people are taking profits. And then what people are going to be doing essentially is buying in at lower prices before we continue to see bigger moves to the upside. Now, that's just my quick thoughts on Cardano ADA. And so hopefully you liked the video. Now, if you did and you're new, then feel free to give it a subscribe and hit that like button. Take it easy, people. Peace.